There are certain keystone habits that impact other areas of life. For example, if you start to exercise regularly, you're likely to start eating better and start working smarter. Wouldn't it be amazing if there was a keystone habit that you could implement that would help you to get a grip on your thoughts and your emotions, that would increase your experience of inner peace, and that would fill you with an assurance that you're focusing on what matters most? Well, good news. There is just such a keystone habit. It's the habit of daily prayer and Bible reading. Now, perhaps this idea makes your eyes glaze over, and maybe you've tried it before and gotten bogged down by stories and commands that seemed totally irrelevant to the challenges that you are facing. If this is your impression of the Bible, I totally understand. It can be really hard to know where to begin. So do you start on the first page? Do you just randomly open up the book and hope for the best? In my experience, I have needed something to guide me in the reading of the Bible that helps me to see how what I'm reading actually can make a difference in my daily challenges. So being led to the passages that address the questions that I'm facing is extremely helpful. And I'm not saying that you can't just go directly to the Bible and read it. You certainly can. But a Bible study guide makes it so much easier to hear God's voice speaking directly to you, to identify the areas of life where we want to change, and to receive comfort from His words. So prayer and reading the Bible will produce change in us, but on a calendar that's not our own. The goal is not to become a smarter sinner. It's to allow ourselves to be transformed into the woman that God created us to be, with His help. And it was with this in mind that Walking with Purpose created Bible studies focused on particular goals. So I wrote each Bible study intending to guide a woman to the next step on her journey of spiritual growth. And so I'm going to share some titles with you, and I want you to think about whether or not any of these goals jump out at you as an area where you would like to experience some personal growth. So we've got one Bible study called Beloved, and the goal of that study is to lay a strong foundation for your identity as a beloved daughter of God. Then we have the Bible study Unshaken. The goal of this study is to fill your spiritual toolbox with what you need to grow stronger in your faith. The Bible study Steadfast has the goal of conquering your fears and exploring why you are hustling for your worth. The Bible study Harmony has the goal of finding the balance between mediocrity and perfectionism and becoming the woman God created you to be without stressing. The Bible study Perspective has the goal of becoming more content and growing stronger in the face of failure and keeping on moving when you are tempted to just settle for the status quo. And the Bible study Exhale has the goal of establishing a rhythm of rest, worship, and surrender, and it helps you to reorder your thoughts to create inner peace. Achieving these goals is possible for you if you will establish the keystone habit of daily prayer and Bible study. Would you be willing to put this on your calendar and to guard that time as you would any other important appointment? Critical to your success is accountability. And this is where your choice of friends come in. Who could you give permission to check in on you in this way? Good intentions are not going to be enough. I am yet to meet a person who doesn't desire inner peace, but I've encountered countless individuals who aren't willing to make the sacrificial choices that increase its likelihood. So many of us float through life, letting the strongest current determine who we are and where we are going. But there is a better way to live. Someone wise once told me that I should never underestimate the compound interest of micro decisions. Many of the choices you make, looked at in isolation, don't seem to be that big a deal. But one small choice builds on another, and all together, they are curating your life. A compass is being held out to you, pointing to a true north with a final destination. All it takes for wandering to turn into a meaningful journey is a daily reorientation, fixing your eyes on the true goal, on what is most important, on who is most important, and then making small choices that add up to big wins. In a world filled with distractions, this daily reorientation will require establishing a rhythm of rest, worship, and surrender. Allowing yourself to rest means stepping off the gerbil wheel of performance, which can be scary. But when you taste the freedom of uncoupling your worth from your achievements, you'll never want to go back. Taking time to worship means shifting your focus and turning your eyes away from yourself. This cultivates gratitude on the soul level, and it also helps us to stop expecting people to provide what only God is capable of giving. The pressure rolls off when we're reminded that we are not at the center of it all, and nor are we responsible for fixing everything that is broken. There is someone infinitely greater who can see things far more clearly than we can, who has a capacity for unconditional love that is unmatched. Only when we encounter that love can we surrender. Surrender does not mean defeat. It's the relief that comes when we allow ourselves to be held. We let our shoulders fall, and we listen to God whisper in our ears, "You are chosen. You are loved. You are more than enough." It is not all up to you. You can stumble and I will catch you. You can fail and I will incorporate that failure into a better story than you can possibly imagine. When you pass through the unthinkable, you will never be alone because I will be there with you. Surrender listens to that voice and prays, "I believe. Help my unbelief." Because belief can be mixed with questions and feelings of uncertainty. Surrender responds to that voice with the prayer, "I trust in you. Take care of everything." Step by step, moment by moment, that voice of love beckons. Will you tune your heart to that gentle call?